It is deep into the night. The narrow streets of Shibuya, usually filled with bright neon lights and bustling crowds, are now empty. A light rain taps against the asphalt, collecting into puddles that reflect the glowing billboards. The air smells of wet concrete and overheated car engines. Meiko Tanaka, a 26-year-old young woman, walks cautiously through a dark alleyway, sheltering herself under a transparent umbrella. Her long brown hair is slightly damp, strands sticking to her worried face. She wears a white sweater and a light blue skirt, which flutters slightly in the wind. The heels of her shoes click rhythmically against the wet pavement. She nervously glances around, seeing only the gray walls of buildings covered in graffiti and the pale glow of distant street lights. Suddenly, a faint rustling sound comes from the depths of the alley. A dark figure flickers between the garbage bins, but the moment she looks, it vanishes. Meiko, whispering, glancing around nervously. Why is it so quiet? The Ripper, in the shadows, barely audible. You've wandered too far, little one. Meiko quickens her pace. Her breathing becomes uneven and her heart pounds faster. She hears faint footsteps behind her, but when she turns around, there is no one. Only the ripples in the puddles disturbed by raindrops. On the horizon, distant lights flicker and the sound of traffic hums faintly. But this alley feels cut off from the rest of the world. Suddenly, a dark figure slowly emerges from the shadows. He walks with a confident, unhurried stride, his long black coat billowing slightly in the wind. Meiko, trembling voice. Who's there? The Ripper, smirking quietly. Run, if you can. Meiko is almost running, her heels clicking against the wet asphalt. The rain intensifies, drumming against rooftops and splashing down drain pipes. Her heart pounds so loudly that it drowns out the distant city sounds. She can feel eyes on her. For a split second, she thinks she sees light ahead, an exit to a busier street. But before she can take another step, a strong hand suddenly grabs her throat, yanking her into the darkness of an alley. She collapses to her knees, her transparent umbrella slipping from her fingers and landing in a dirty puddle, splashing water. Warm breath brushes against her ear, distorted into a whisper. Meiko, gasping, whispering, "Please don't." The Ripper, whispering, smirking, "Too late, little one. You're mine now." The street is dimly lit by a flickering street lamp, casting sharp, distorted shadows. Dark droplets of blood stain the wet asphalt, forming a chaotic trail leading deep into the alley. In the distance, a police siren wails. The city moves on, unaware of the horror unfolding in its depths. An elderly janitor steps outside for a smoke, noticing the strange trail. He walks slowly along the path, dragging an old broom behind him until he sees something horrifying. A torn piece of light blue fabric soaked in fresh blood. His hand trembles, the cigarette slipping from his fingers. At that moment, he hears approaching footsteps behind him. A dark figure moves swiftly across the rooftops, weaving between pipes and air conditioning units. The Ripper moves with unnatural agility, leaping effortlessly from one building to another. Below, the streets are illuminated by flashing blue police lights. His pursuers are closing in. Two detectives sprint through the alley, guns raised. One of them, a tall man with a rugged face, halts as he notices blood droplets leading up a fire escape. He signals to his partner to follow him upward. Suddenly, a chilling whisper echoes from above. The Ripper, from the darkness, rasping, "You're too late." Dawn paints the city in cold shades of blue and gray. The police have cordoned off the alley, officers discussing something while checking maps and photos. No body was found, only blood and torn pieces of clothing. A detective looks up at the rooftops where there are no longer any traces of their quarry. His fists clench, his face contorted with frustration. The killer has slipped away once again. Somewhere far across the city, a dark figure melts into the morning crowd of commuters. A faint smirk plays on his lips,